yet, and I apologize, but we'll get to it today. So, quizzes, as far as those go, the remainder of the time we have together, which is only a couple more weeks, we're going to do a lot of these template runs in class together, where we're going through hypothesis tests together. And then I tried this last class and you guys didn't like it very much. I said, you guys get your own a shot. You're like, what? And then we kind of regrouped at the end and put it back together. So I did that only at the suggestion of my last 244 class. I said, hey, what you should do is stop every once in a while and ask students to do them on their own. Maybe I jumped the gun, maybe it was too soon. Maybe I should have waited until this week or next week, or this class or next week. So what we'll do, and Amaya asked a very good question. You guys may have noticed in your progress reports, I sent them out yesterday, I try to gray out the quizzes we haven't done yet and then make them in black font, the ones we have. So each week, when you get your progress report, there are more quizzes that are blacked out with black font, because those are the ones you've turned in. And if you've done it, your grade will appear under them. Make sense? So some of them, you may have noticed the context in some of the ones that was grayed out, we've seen in class. Like I think the Archie Briggs speeding one was grayed out on there, and Prevnar was grayed out on there. The reason that is because the last 244 class was like, hey, can we turn some of these in-class ones in? And I was like, yeah, sure, if you want to. But since you guys hadn't asked to do that yet, I hadn't put it forward yet. I was going to start next week, but Amaya, you brought it up now, which is great. So if you guys want, we can start turning in the in-class ones every once in a while as quizzes. Because basically, that's why I said don't worry about the one for today, Frankie, because we'll have plenty of opportunity to turn ones in class. I don't know. I mean, what we were doing by the end of that class was we do a bunch of tests in class and we pick like one of them to turn in. So we'll do probably 2 today. We can decide at the end which one you want to turn in, and we'll just turn that one in. How's that sound? Sound good? Because that way, I know some of you are worried about getting the number of quizzes in. You've been keeping track, I've been keeping track anyway, of the number of quizzes that you guys are doing each week, and I keep letting you know how many you have left to do. And most of you are some of you are done already, and most of you are well on your way to being on track for that. But this way, if we turn in ones in class 2, I'm torn by it because I want you to keep it and have it in front of you. But at the same time, what you can do is do it, take a cell phone picture, email it to yourself, then you have the copy for your notes, and you can also turn it in to get credit for it. Plus, you'll get it back as soon as Emily grades it. And I'll also make a video solution for it that'll be posted the week after we go over it. So, make sense? Yeah. All that stuff makes sense. Okay, so it'll be a little bit random as far as what's getting turned in, but you guys can just decide at the end of class which one you want to turn in. Decent? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, good. Good. All right, I'm curious. Danielle and Naomi, you guys got us extra data about the finding Iraq. We never did come back to that. How many folks did you ask? Do you remember? I'm curious to see if it's going to change our data at all.
I got
13 more? How many couldn't find Iraq?
11.
11 of the 13, okay. And Naomi, how many people did you ask about Iraq? 4, and how many couldn't find it? So there's no reason to run the test again, because it agrees with our data, even more so than us. You're probably like, what the hell are you talking about, Rule? You're always changing gears. So there's that Find Iraq quiz we did a couple days ago. I asked whoever. Did anybody else ask anybody else at home with the map? I asked you guys just run. You did? In the copy center. How'd they do?
Steve's the only one who knew.
Steve knew. Who else? And how many didn't? Dora.
Dora.
Love Dora. Love her so much. She did?
They didn't.
They did not. And Dora and...
Yeah, I agree.
So you had 3 people, 1 could find it, 2 couldn't. So, in other words, every single of your guys that you queued, the majority couldn't find Iraq. So there's no reason to run the test, because we know it's going to be the same result we got. It's going to make it's more extreme for what you guys got than what we got. So there's no reason to run the test, because we know what the answer is going to be. So, the reason I like asking that question is I've tracked the results on that question for the past 6 years, since that study came out. And what's interesting is the percentage gets higher every year. Who can't find Iraq gets higher every year. And so, of course, the way the media would twist this is, oh, American college students, ugly Americans, can't find Iraq on a map. Doesn't. So, why can't you find Iraq on a map? I have a theory.
6 years ago, it was a lot more important than it is now.
Right. It's not in the news anymore, which means you're not looking at CNN with a map of the Mideast, boom, with Iraq at the center of it anymore, with Baghdad highlighted on it anymore. I think that's exactly what's going on. I think if you put whatever countries, Syria in the news right now, or Georgia, which is the one that Russia's, see, I don't even know anymore, I'm not paying attention right now. Georgia. Who are we invading?
Ukraine.
Currently. Ukraine, thank you, currently. Probably just changed by invading somebody else right now. But if you put those on the news, I guarantee you have a higher response rate of those that can find them, because it's you know, we're kind of a news-driven culture anymore, or at least a pop news-driven culture. So anyway, that's my theory. Make sense? Morning. Hi. Good. Good. Yes. So we'll just start turning in like maybe a quiz a week or a quiz a class. So you think about that, we got 6 more classes together, right? We'll do a quiz a class, that's 6 more quizzes. That should get everybody done with their 10. And I'm assuming they have at least 4, please, I hope. And I'll still keep posting quizzes during the weeks on the website too. So if anybody's waiting till now to start doing their quizzes, I think you'll still be okay. I hope. How are these that you tried for today? Proportion. I never got a chance to make the chicken quiz yet. Maybe I'll put it for next week, the 45-0. I haven't ran out of time doing that one.
The AP exam one was a bit challenging.
That's okay, then just don't do it. That's the whole point. Don't do that one.
No, I did it, but.
Oh, okay.
But I'll have to wait for the solution.
Okay, that's fine too. So the AP exam was a bit of a, how about did the blue and yellow circles one go up? Was that, did I post that quiz or not?
No.
So it was the bed AP,
And the vaccine.
and the vaccine one. Okay, so there's another one I'll post for next week that's blue and yellow circles. It's a test you guys can take online and then track your progress. So I'll do that one for next week.
I couldn't get the graph one to move. I was playing with it.
Couldn't move.
Yeah, the Excel spreadsheet wouldn't work. The buttons didn't do anything.
I kept getting an error message, like it would open. But
Okay, hang on a second. Who got the Excel spreadsheet to work properly? See, now, I'm going to come back to your points, but what we just heard right there is called confirmation bias. So in other words, I very rarely get, and I got emails from one student so far that said the Excel spreadsheet didn't work, and then 5 of you said it didn't work for me, but I didn't hear a word from the 5 that it did work for. So I went right into panic mode originally, like, oh crap, I uploaded a sheet that didn't work, I uploaded a sheet that didn't work, and then I realized, wait a minute, ask around, see who it did work for. Okay, it worked for half of you, it didn't work for half of you. What does that tell me? I don't know, maybe. Did you guys try it at school or at home?
Mine was on my Mac.
Home? We know how Macs agree with what I try to build, I'm sorry. So I'm going to play the Mac card on that one. Home? Maybe?
I didn't try it.
You didn't try it? Oh, you didn't try it. Those of you that it didn't work for, you tried it at home? I'm betting it was a version problem.
Yeah.
Or a Mac problem. You guys did it at school? See, there's that's why I always tell you with technology, I build this stuff at school on school's Excel so it will work, because that's what I know you all have. I know you have access to that.
Yeah.
So I just can't make enough versions to match all the different versions of Excel and everything. So if it ever, of course, it's a quiz. You don't have to do it. There will be an Excel sheet on your exam. It's based around Jenny Cruikshank's CPR class and the final exam for that class. So you're going to want to be able to get yourself to a school computer or a computer that works to run that. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a problem at all. Sorry, guys, but that's okay. Still turn it in, right? And then I'll have a solution posted for you. You can watch the video solution if you want to watch that. Just see it and pick it up. We did do it in class together. Good. I think I posted a couple for next week. Maybe I'll do the one also. Any questions you guys have? That was a lot of information. Cool? Okay, so what I want to do today, I want to continue. Get this tie out of the way. There we go. I want to continue what we were doing, because what we were doing is important. We analyzed speeds on Archie Briggs Road, and we also analyzed IQ scores after acute head trauma, and they were wonderful things. What was the new test we had to use to do that? What was it? The new test and the quizzes for